Hello, I am Linda Spiegel, president of the Beverly Hills Bar Foundation. One of the foundation's most time-honored and inspirational endeavors is our annual scholarship program, granting scholarships to law students whose academic achievement, coupled with their social and economic life challenges and their commitment to public interest law upon graduation, merit our financial support and acclamation. This year, even more so, as they were faced with the cancellation of classes and an uncertain bar exam due to the COVID-19 pandemic. I hope that you will be so inspired by these attorney candidates that you will log on to our website, BHBF.org, to make a contribution to enable us to continue this program and all of our community programs to bring legal education and access to justice for all.
This year, the committee interviewed 14 scholarship candidates. The committee focused on whether the candidates demonstrated a strong commitment to public interest law, academic standing, and financial need. Although each of the candidates were well qualified and impressive, the committee selected 5 that it found to be exceptional. In the upcoming videos, I believe you too will agree these scholarship winners are outstanding.
My name is Angelica Martinez. I go by Angie. I just graduated from Southwestern Law School, and I chose to go to law to help vulnerable communities like the one I grew up in to have better access to resources.
My name is Natness. I attended Loyola Law School, and I chose to go into law to strengthen the trust between the community and the government. As a son of immigrants from Iran, I often felt there to be a palpable disconnect between our culture and the government. And that cultural division still exists today, but I hope to use my professional background and cultural experience to reinforce to the community what true justice looks like.
My name is Carmen Izquierdo Oliva. I am a rising third-year student at Pepperdine Law School. I chose to go to law school because I want to help marginalized communities that don't have a voice. As a Latina that grew up in South LA, I understand the struggles of different marginalized communities. And I went into law school believing that I could make a change and bring justice to these communities. On top of that, I also strongly believe that there is a lack of Latino lawyers in LA. And so I believe that I will be contributing to this growth of Latino lawyers.
My name is Reinbrecht. I am a 2L at USC School of Law. I chose to go into law because I'm passionate about empowering vulnerable communities, specifically children and Spanish-speaking migrants within these communities. And I see the law as a tool to help right wrongs in society.
My name is Vaquero. I am a 3L at UCLA School of Law, and I decided to go to law school because I grew up next to industrial facilities and a big truck with a lot of truck traffic, and I grew up in an environmental justice community, a community where there's a lot of environmental burdens, and I decided that I needed to go to law school to be able to fight for my community and improve the environmental conditions that we live in.
Hi, so my name is Kaylee Berger. I am a JD MBA student at the University of California, Irvine. And I chose to go to law school because I enjoy reading, writing, and analyzing. And I really like to come up with creative solutions to problems.
I became involved in public service pro bono work in college. That's where really my passion for helping marginalized or underprivileged communities took off. It all began when I volunteered at a juvenile detention center for at-risk youth. And I also became involved in downtown LA, volunteering at the Midnight Mission, feeding the homeless. And additionally, I also went to Nicaragua to teach English to impoverished children. So that's where my passion for really helping the most in need individuals really developed, and that continues until today.
My involvement in public service pro bono work really began when I volunteered for the Young Lawyers program at Loyola Law School. And the program welcomes approximately 50 to 60 students of low-income communities throughout Los Angeles. And it acts as a bridge between the law and young people. And it was rewarding to do that because as mentors, it allowed us to teach the law to motivated kids who might someday have to rely on the law.
Well, previously I was a social worker and I enjoyed working with vulnerable communities. However, I realized that my profession had limitations and I looked for other routes, which is how I came to law school. And I was immediately immersed in different avenues in helping out vulnerable communities, such as helping with their immigration issues or helping children with disabilities with their education. So that's how I became involved in the pro bono services.
The most satisfying part of public service to me is helping people and making a change in your community. I've come to learn that often division within the community comes from not being heard. And through public service, I feel that we can channel the voices of the community and hopefully make a positive impact in the justice system.
The most satisfying part about my community service has been the fact that I've been able to bring my legal education back to my community and use it for the purposes of advancing justice and improving the environmental conditions that we live in.
I love learning more about the Spanish language and different cultures, but the most satisfying part of public service for me is hearing about a client's moments of joy. If a joyful moment occurs during the difficult process of seeking legal protection, it reaffirms my belief in human resilience. If a joyful moment occurs after receiving a benefit, it reaffirms my belief that this work is worthwhile.
For me, the most satisfying part about working with my clients is feeling like I gave them some form of empowerment. I know working for pro bono services, a lot of it is a long-term strategy with very little wins. And for me, the look on their face when I know that they have learned how to advocate for themselves and that feeling of growth and hope is so rewarding for me that I continuously do the work in hopes to continuously empower them.
Good evening. My name is Rex Heinke, and I'm pleased to be here on behalf of my law firm, Aiken Gum. And we are very pleased to participate in this scholarship program by the Beverly Hills Bar Association. We're delighted to have contributed to it, and we know all the awardees are very well deserving, will go on to have outstanding legal careers. We congratulate all of them.
I am interning at the Legal Aid Society in New York. Within their immigration law unit, I'm working in the youth project, and I assist attorneys who file for asylum, both for children and adults with children. And we also file for special immigrant juvenile status for migrants under 21 years of age.
I have been involved in so many different pro bono projects, but my work last summer with the Orange County Public Defender's Felony Panel was so eye-opening. I got to work on very serious cases. These included rape, murder, attempted murder. I had the opportunity to go through body cam footage and transcripts and draft Miranda motions, motions in limine, motions for manslaughter jury instructions, for mental health deferral, and so forth.
So as a member of East Yard Communities for Environmental Justice, I've been able to bring my legal education to create an energy justice curriculum that would help empower community members to get involved in the administrative processes that are at the state, local, and national level that really impact our access to renewable energy and greener jobs.
Currently, I am on the board of the LA Wilson Dollars for Scholars Foundation. This is a scholarship organization that awards scholarships to graduating seniors from underprivileged communities from Wilson High School in El Sereno. I actually graduated from there, and I was a recipient when I graduated. What I do as part of this organization is I read applications, scholarship applications, and we select students to be recipients of these scholarships. And a huge part of it, to me, means giving back. I am giving back just as much as I have received. I'm reading these stories every year from these applicants, and just I'm able to connect with them and really resonate with them so much. And so it means so much to me that I'm able to give back in some way to them as well. Additionally, I will also be working at the Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles, LAFLA, this upcoming fall. I will be working in the asylum department, immigration department, and so I'm really excited for that. This is a community that is very near and dear to my heart, so I'm really looking forward to this experience.
Hi, I'm Jeff Kelman from the appellate law firm Greenis Martin, Stein & Richland. We are proud to be one of the scholarship sponsors, and we want to congratulate the Rule of Law competition winners and the scholarship recipients on their fantastic achievements. We are inspired by the work you have done and will continue to do in the pursuit of justice.
I had already had this paper topic in mind since last summer when it came up in a case I was working on. So when I heard about this competition and saw the competition, I thought of it as motivation, something that could help me write this paper. It was also nice to have a deadline to work towards. So my paper is called In Whose Custody? Miranda, Emergency Medical Care, and Criminal Defendants. It focuses on the power imbalance in the emergency medical care context between the most vulnerable defendants, an example would be the undocumented, and law enforcement, maintaining that these defendants are not protected by the law's narrative of what counts as custody for the purposes of Miranda.
My proudest accomplishment so far is having my article being selected for publication. My article concerns law enforcement and individual privacy. And the publication was important to me because my ideology and advocacy is now out there in the legal stream of commerce for the world to see. And I hope that my voice can make change.
Graduating from law school, I am a daughter of immigrants, and I am the first in my family, not just the immediate, but all of my family, all of my cousins, all of my uncles and aunts to be able to graduate from law school. So I'm very excited and just full of excitement for what's to come.
My proudest accomplishment so far is writing my undergraduate thesis on the educational opportunities of unaccompanied Latinx minors in the US. I received a grant to travel to Guatemala, where I spent a week speaking with family members whose children had traveled north and were living in the US. This experience sparked my interest in conducting research, enhancing my cross-cultural understanding, and pursuing a career in law.
My proudest accomplishment so far is honestly just making it to law school. As the youngest of 5 siblings and the only one that has pursued higher education, making it to law school is such a big deal for me and my family. I feel that it is a privilege to have made it this far and such a blessing that this is my biggest accomplishment. And I know that becoming a lawyer will just, be my biggest accomplishment yet. So I would say that definitely is what I'm most proud of.
My proudest accomplishment so far has been being a first-generation student in the legal profession. It's been an exciting and challenging 2 years so far being in law school, but I've been able to, with the generous support of the Beverly Hills Bar Foundation, Association and Foundation, I've been able to, get the financial support that I need in order to continue my legal education. And so being first generation has been a motivation not only for myself, but other young people in my community who wanted to attend law school. And being a mentor and role model has been one of my biggest accomplishments and what I'm most proud of.
I'm actually really proud of this accomplishment. Writing a paper about something I feel so passionately about while, balancing a slew of other activities was hard, but I was motivated and I did it. And I'm proud of myself for that.
After taking the bar, whenever it's administered this year, I hope to be working at the Children's Law Center, where I will be helping vulnerable children in delinquency and in dependency court, and help ensure that they have a proper home and safety, and ensuring that they have access to all the resources needed during the time where there may be some real forms of trauma.
I am interested in the intersection of education and immigration law. I would like to work on policy that makes educational opportunities more equitable for migrants and Spanish speakers, regardless of immigration or socioeconomic status.
So after law school, I hope to return to my community and be a public interest attorney at one of the community-based organizations here in LA, working to empower community members and to bring lawsuits on behalf of my community that would improve the environmental conditions that we live in.
At this point, I intend to work in big law. I want to work on complex deals and transactional work, but you never know, it could change.
My plans after law school are to become a prosecutor with the district attorney's office. As a prosecutor, not only do you get to interact with the community through the day-to-day interactions that you have, but your decisions directly impact the community, which I hope to have and make in a positive way.
After law school, I'm not 100% sure where I'm going to end up. However, I do know that I want to do pro bono work for undocumented immigrants, people seeking asylum in this country, and be it in government service or in a private firm. I want to make sure that that's an area that I can contribute and I can really work in, as it is something that is that means a lot to me as I come from a family of immigrants. So giving back is a priority for me after law school.